Short-term lead gen is for B2C, not B2B. Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to talk about, Ruby and myself, who's on the hunt for something, about how short-term lead gen is really almost an impossibility for B2B. Not for B2C. If you want me to buy something, you're going to give me 10%, 20%, 50% off. I'll buy that tomorrow. That's great. If I'm in the mood for it and ready for it, great, awesome. B2B, nope. So a lot of business owners put stress on their marketing teams, their sales teams, frankly, to go out and get leads that are intended to close in the next quarter. And in a lot of ways, that's like trying to climb Mount Everest with an elephant on your back. There's no easy way to do that because A, you don't know what people are doing in market. Are they high intent or low intent buyers? B, you're trying to convince them to get into your sales funnel in a very short period of time, and they may not be ready for that. And then C, what is the outcome for them? Like, what are they looking? You need the leads. They don't care about that. So how do we make sure that we're shifting our mindset in the B2B space, around the selling model and building pipeline? So it shouldn't really be a discussion in B2B around lead generation. It should be about pipeline generation. What are we getting from a pipeline perspective that allows us to actually get sales? And from that end, where do we spend our time marketing things? And the marketing part from a lead gen perspective is all about short term, the next month, the next quarter. That's not practical from a B2B perspective. Yet all these CEOs and entrepreneurs are expecting their marketing teams to become wizards and make these magical buyers who are ready to lay down and buy something in like a 2-week time frame. Like that is not how this works in any way. So structurally, if you're looking at it as a B2B company, what do we need to do? What do we need to go out and try to find? Well, guess what? We need to build our brand and the awareness of our company for the people for whom we can have really smart conversations. If we can do that, well, gosh, that's a magical place to be, except it doesn't happen in a quarter. It doesn't happen in a week. Like, building pipeline is way more valuable for a B2B company than trying to build a lead gen engine that gets you a sale in the next quarter. That is so not helpful to anybody when you start looking at how companies are structured and how buyers buy. So this is a call to action. Like marketers in these larger B2B companies, it's a tough battle. It's tough out there, I get it. Your CRO wants you to have a lead engine that pumps out, companies that are interested or just there, beating hearts in the next quarter. That's not going to lead to anything. Your conversion on those leads is probably going to be so ridiculously low. If you're even measuring that, that's how this stuff gets really weird really fast. So let's continue to do what we do from awareness building and from a discussion perspective with prospects. But it's about pipeline. It's about people that are in the market. It's about people that will get to the market eventually, knowing who we are and that we're really awesome and that we can do things for them. But keeping that a secret that only sales can tell, a story that only sales can tell, is terrible. It's awful. So use your marketing for that. Don't try to pull somebody into a funnel for the next 3 days on a $10 million deal. Why? Why would we do that? On the flip side of the coin, let's showcase how awesome we are. And let's do that on repeat forever. And guess what? Your patience will pay off. Things will go well. They won't go well tomorrow. They won't go well next week. So B2B companies definitely have short-term goals. But one of those short-term goals should not be high-level pipeline. That is not going to work out for you. It should be about how do things go from a brand build and an awareness play and a demand generation discussion. Are we generating demand for what we do? If we are, that's a long play. But when we get good at that, the flywheel begins to spin and we start getting things happening. That is not somebody who's going to buy $100,000 something or other in the next 3 days. You will be sorely disappointed every single time. And so that's not how you want to operate your business. That's not how you want to operate your marketing teams. It's not about the leads in the short term. It's about the demand in the long term. And then you can build everything else into your pipeline. So again, try to shift your mindset Lead gen is for B2C. Amazon, all good. You, not so good. Think differently. Understand how that impacts what you're doing, and then try to shift your thinking from lead generation to pipeline generation. Less about how these short-term outcomes are going to start hitting the market, and way more about how you're valuable to your customer, how they need to understand how things work, and then how you're going to be able to position yourself in that market space. Podcasts, blogs, white papers, whatever those things are, you'll do it. You'll make it. You'll build it. That's where the win comes from. So Ruby says, B2B companies, it's not lead gen, it's pipeline gen. Have a great one. Walking and Talking with Ruby.